Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out this afternoon. We want to get started. First, we would like to call up Councilwoman Amy Bridgeport.
Good afternoon. Are we here to take care of some business? Are we here to take care of some business? Are we here to take care of some business? We got to send a message loud and clear that everybody in Newark, New Jersey knows who we are supporting, right? At this time, it gives me a great pleasure and an honor. I believe in the fact that God works through generations. And God has lifted up what I call the Joshua generation. Joshua generation are those young people that we have seen grow up, and those young people who have learned, and those young people who God has anointed to take us to the next level as a people. It gives me tremendous honor and pleasure to introduce who I feel as one of the Joshua generation. And that is our Luncheon. Because it is a poor people. It is a very poor people who does not want to see their lineage and their heritage go forward. All right? Now, those of us who are north of 70, how many of us north of 70 we got here? How many of us are north of 72? How many of us are north of 73? How many of us are north of 74? How many of us have stopped at 75? Amen? We worked hard during the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. So we can pave the way for a new generation. It gives me tremendous pleasure and honor to introduce to you someone who is part of the Joshua generation that's taking our people forward. And that is the candidate for the Democratic Party. And that is our chief.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. It's an honor and pleasure to talk with you, to open up some quick words before I bring on our giant, our heavyweight, who's doing some tremendous work down in Washington, D.C. My name is Alfred McKinney. I'm a proud graduate of Weekly High School. And I was born in Georgia King Village. So my roots are here in the city of Newark. I'm born here in the city. My father's a Blue Bear, my mother's a Weekly Indian, so I'm all the way north. And so what I want to also remind you is that November 6th is a very, very special election. Two things you get a chance to do. One is that you get an opportunity to put one of your own in office. So my name is Vicky Alfred Kenny. I'm running on the Democratic line. I'm running for county surrogate. So I want to make sure that we're able to take care of families, to make sure you're able to keep money in our pockets. So as families get older, as the folks who are beyond the 75, we can look out for that Joshua generation, our children, make sure they have the wealth and the income they need to take their next level going forward. So I'm asking you to vote on November 6th for Alfred Kenny and the Line A Democrats, right? But we also need to make sure we take care of our home as well. We need to make sure that we erase the mistake in Washington, D.C., right? We need to make sure that Donald Trump has somebody he needs to contend with who are looking out for working families, looking out for families who have been protected by unions, who have been protected by fair housing. So I want to bring up a gentleman who is known to all of us, but he's doing the labor, he's doing the work in Washington, D.C., our Senator Robert Menendez.
Well, I'm not quite the Joshua generation, but he's going to be one fantastic surrogate, which is in essence a judge at a time in which families face difficult moments. And I can't think of someone who has better knowledge, better instincts, and more compassion than Altrick. He's going to be a fantastic surrogate, and I'm proud to be one with you, Altrick. Thank you all for letting me share a little time with you here in the West Ward. We are in one of the most consequential elections of our time. We have seen many, but this one is truly one of the most consequential elections of our time. And I'm not speaking about my election, or my colleague Donald Payne, who is on the ballot as well for the House of Representatives for re-election. Or in another part of Newark, Alveo Series, who is representing the parts of Newark. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the fathers. I'm talking about our communities. I'm talking about our country. That's what this election is about. We have a president who seeks to divide us by who we are, what we look like, where we came from, or the color of our skin. We have a president who is the divider of chief versus the uniter in chief. Very big difference in the 8 years I was privileged to serve under President Obama, who tried to bring the country together in common cause. This man seeks to divide us each and every day. It is not the nations that I have known and fought for and loved. He is someone who appoints nominees to the federal courts, and most recently to the Supreme Court of the United States, the ultimate word of what is the law of the land, that rolls back the clock to a time and place that none of us want to go to, on civil rights, on voting rights, on women's health care, on immigrant rights. That's why I voted against Judge Kavanaugh when he was nominated for the D.C. Court, and that's why I voted against him again when he was nominated for the Supreme Court. And I looked at his decisions when he was on the D.C. Court of Appeals, and I said, boy, was I right. Because on constant efforts to undermine and erode the Voting Rights Act, he stood on the side of barriers versus opportunities. On the questions of civil rights, I never saw him judge once in favor of someone who claimed that their civil rights were violated. And so I knew when Trump picked him from that list of the right-wing organization, the Heritage Foundation, he picked him because everything that Trump's about, he's about. Now, we lost that fight, but that's why these elections are ever so important, because there's no checks and balance on this Trump administration. They have a Republican House of Representatives, they have a Republican Senate. He gets to do everything he wants because they're afraid of him. They're afraid that when they go, he goes into their state which turns Republican voters against. They're afraid of him. Instead of being patriots, they're being fought. We are in a fight about health care. You know, I'm proud that as a member of the Senate Finance Committee, I helped write the Affordable Care Act, which some people derisively call Obamacare. I embrace the term Obamacare because Obama did care. That's why millions more have health insurance and they're before. Here in New Jersey, that law gave 1 million New Jerseyans who didn't have health insurance, gave them health insurance. It took care of 3.8 million New Jerseyans who had a pre-existing condition. What does that mean? That means I got some illness in my life at some time. I had a heart attack. I have Parkinson's. I have diabetes. Or a child born at birth who had a birth defect. Before Obamacare, insurance companies could discriminate against all those people, offer them no insurance or make it so high that it was impossible to afford. After Obamacare, we eliminated discrimination for everybody in the nation who had a pre-existing condition. No more discrimination. 3.8 million New Jerseyans who are now protected. We eliminated discrimination against women who were charged twice as much as their male counterpart in the same age, in the same geography, simply because they were a woman. We allowed their grandchildren to the age of 26 to stay on their parents' insurance so that they could figure a pathway forward as they were trying to figure out their professional lives. And so much more. I'm proud to have been one of the authors. As we speak, the Republicans have tried over 20 times to repeal Obamacare. And as we speak, the Trump administration is in a federal court in Texas arguing that the Affordable Care Act is unconstitutional. Well, I think it's unconscionable to ultimately take away the rights of millions to have health insurance in the greatest country on the face of the earth. That's at play, in jeopardy, in this election. And then they went and gave $2 trillion with a T. Not even the Powerball's up that high. $2 trillion of tax cuts to whom? To the wealthiest people in the country, the top 1%, to the largest corporations in the country who did what? Took the money, put it in their pockets, bought back their stock, drove up the price of the stock, made them wealthy, didn't hire anybody, didn't increase the salaries of a worker, didn't do anything for our economy. And those $2 trillion were not paid for. So they took all of our collective money and gave it to the wealthiest, and then our children and our grandchildren are going to be stuck with that debt. What's the first thing that the Republican president of the Senate, Mitch McConnell, said 2 days ago? After these elections, if we contain the majority, we got to go after Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, the entitlements. Well, why are they called entitlements? Because you work for them, you pay for them, you're entitled to them. That's why they're called entitlements. And why did you have to give the wealthiest and the largest corporations $2 trillion of our money and then go after those who depend upon these programs for the quality of their life? And I know what it means. I grew up poor in a tenement in Union City. I'm the first in my family to go to college. The woman who made my life what it is was my mother. She worked in the factories in Hudson County as a seaman. She was so good at what she did that the owner of the factory said, get off the machine and help other of the women improve their ability. So she was like the floor manager. But there were two guys who were the real floor managers, and she never got paid like the floor manager. And taught me a lot about equal pay for equal work. And then she'd come home after a long day in the factories. And then she'd come home and she'd cook and she'd clean. And then she would say to me, Bobby, sit here and read your homework. And I would say to her, Mama, you don't understand English. I'm going to make something I don't understand. And she said to me, that's what you think. Sit here and read your homework today. And it taught me a lot about the importance of education, that my mother, after an incredibly long day, wanted me to read my homework. On weekends, she would invite people from the building to eat with us. And I would say to her, Mama, you know, there's not enough to go around. Why are you inviting others to join us for this? And she said to me, son, we do not have a lot, but we have more than some of them. And for so long as we do, we're going to invite them to eat with us. And they taught me a lot about helping your fellow man and a sense of community. And finally, in the twilight of her life, when she ultimately faced a long, hard struggle with Alzheimer's that took her memory and then took her body, I learned that she would not have lived with the dignity that she deserved in the twilight of her life, but for what my sister and I were able to afford to her, but above all, Medicare, Medicaid, which was her health care security. This woman who had struggled, who had fled persecution, come to a country, raised a family, sacrificed in the factory, struggled with Alzheimer's, would not have lived with the dignity that she deserved in the twilight of her life. I don't need to be taught. I know. I know how I grew up and where I come from and who I am. This is States in this election. Let me just close with this. My opponent is a greedy drug company CEO who took, and I was called not to say bad things about anybody, but I can't resist. I will be nice as possible, because what I'll say is the truth. He ultimately was a banker from J.P. Morgan who came to a pharmaceutical company in New Jersey. The company wasn't doing well, but it had one drug that had promise. It was a drug for multiple myeloma, multiple cancer. For those who need to take the drug, it's a life and death drug. It's not a treatment drug that you take for a little time and get better. No, it will keep you alive. He took the drug, and in order to make profits, he drove the price of the drug by 200%. Last year, before he left the company, he raised in another, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and another $80 million in profit, and then he bailed out with over $100 million golden carry. At the same time that he was lowering the cost, raising the cost of the drugs here in the United States, same drug in Russia, he was lowering it by 50%. He was sued by the federal government and 22 states, including New Jersey, for Medicare fraud, for Medicaid fraud, for VA health system fraud, for not telling patients about potentially fatal side effects of the drug. And he settled the suit for $280 million, over $250 million. Now, you don't give $280 million unless you're doing something really wrong. This is a man who says he believes in the rights of women, but ultimately, when he was at Princeton University, fought tooth and nail not to let women join the Princeton Eating Club, which was about what? Not socialization. It was about networking. It's about having relationships with people who are going to graduate and do extraordinary things, and we want to have a relationship with professionals with them for the future. When the Supreme Court of New Jersey said, no, that's not constitutional, it's discriminatory, he ultimately continued to fight in federal courts all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States, where he lost. And when he lost, he called the woman who did this a politically correct practice. All she wanted was equality of opportunity. This is a guy who gave $500,000 to the Heritage Foundation. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're a right-wing organization. All of those judges that Trump was going to pick from, that he picked Kavanaugh from, they were on the Heritage Foundation's list. The Heritage Foundation wants to ultimately overthrow Roe versus Wade, wants to end Obamacare, and ultimately continuously opposes voting rights and seeks more barriers for people able to vote. I don't give $500,000. I don't have $500,000, but I don't know if I hit the Powerball that time. But ultimately, I don't give $500,000 if I had it to an organization that totally opposes everything I supposedly believe in. That's who's opposing. He was Trump's finance chair. He gave them hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was a delegate at the Trump convention. The last thing we need to do is send another vote for Donald Trump to the United States Senate. I have stood up for Trump every single point of the way, and I'm going to continue to do it. So let me just say that I'm proud of my 100% NAACP voting record, not just now, but for a long time. I'm proud of my 100% Leadership Conference on Civil Rights voting record. I'm proud that my colleagues in Congress from the Congressional Black Caucus endorsed me in this election because we believe in an equality of opportunity and an economy that works for all, in a system of justice that doesn't send people of color away and keeps everybody else off of jail. We have a different vision. The stakes have never been higher. The consequences have never been greater. We can take our country back. 17 days to take our country back. 17 days to stop Trump. 17 days to victory. And with your help, we will do it. Thank you so much, Ashley.
our beloved Senator Robert Bob Menendez, and while we're doing that, the first generation of the Can we please just bow our heads for a moment in prayer? Most gracious and everlasting God, we come before you this morning first to say thank you. We thank you for the work that Senator Menendez has done thus far. We ask God that you bless him, that you keep him, that you cover him, that you strengthen him on this journey that he's traveling. While you're doing that, God, bless everyone under the sound of my voice. Keep them like only you can, because you are a keeper. Bless them like only you can, because you do know how to bless. Bless those who are in support. Bless those who are working. Change the mind and the heart of those who don't know what they're supposed to be doing, which is voting for Senator Bob Menendez. I call out his name, God, because you have already given us the victory. So while you've given us the victory, we trust you, we thank you, we ask that you bless every household here, that you bless our city, that you bless our state, and we know if Senator Menendez is back in, our country will be blessed. So God, as I close this prayer, please be with us and strengthen us. Come the mayor of this great city, come his administration, continue to be before us to guide us, to lead us, to support us. We will give you the glory, the honor, and the praise. These we ask in all other blessings. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Allah, in the name of Yahweh, we have all prayed. And every